So I'm gonna be the one to take an arrow to the knee and say that Luffy is eventually, probably, maybe not, going to die in the future. I do think it's safe to say that Luffy days are numbered. Now, I'm sure One Piece fans are going crazy right now, but let me explain. I'm about to be Kevin Hart up in this piece. The reason why I think Luffy's gonna die at a young age is because of the hints Oda has given in the past. If you don't know who Oda is, basically he's the creator of One Piece. He's the writer and basically the one who has the life of the Straw Hat Pirates in his hands. So you know he is basically the god when it comes to One Piece. Oda first hinted at Luffy life shortening when he first discovered second and third gear. I don't remember who specifically said it, but like it puts a huge strain on his body, meaning that he's not gonna live for long. I mean, the amount of blood circulation in his body when he heats it up like that, it keeps eventually evaporating his blood and, you know, heating up his body more than it should be. So that was the first time that Oda hinted at Luffy's lifespan shortening. The second time, which was a really messed up predicament, was when Luffy almost got killed by Megalone. You remember Megalone, right? This dude, yeah. The not the vice admiral, but he was the warden of Impel Down. Impel Down, you know, the most secure prison in One Piece. But the first battle Luffy had with Megalone, he got completely destroyed. I mean, he was covered in Megalone's poison. And Megalone's poison is so corrosive that it'll destroy anything. I mean, he gave an example by fucking up some of the prisoners who was acting up. They were acting up all like they own the place and shit. So he just like puts the poison on them and they just like evaporated. Not evaporated, but they basically got really messed up. If it wasn't for what's his name? Ivankov, if you don't know who that is, he's the Monkey D. Dragon's friend. He's part of the Revolutionary Army. Monkey D. Dragon being Luffy's father, he decides to help out Luffy, and he does warn Luffy that this surgery that he would have to undergo to be at 100% again would shorten his lifespan. He clearly came out and said it. And you can't doubt what he said, because the dude is like a professional transvestite. I mean, he can turn himself back and forth into a man to a woman to a man to a woman, like I mean, this dude is like a bi's person's dream come true. And them being bi, they both love women and male, so they would love Ivankov because he just changes back and forth. Oh, you want a girl? Changes to a girl. Oh, you want a man? Changes to this big short midget guy. I think that would be hilarious to see in a One Piece special, but then again, it would probably turn out to be a weird, messed up hentai. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, Luffy's life did get shortened, and that was the second time. So right now, the amount of time that Luffy has left is unpredictable. Of course, Luffy's life rests in the hands of Oda, because when it comes to One Piece, Oda is basically the god. So, well, technically he is the god since he's the writer and the creator of One Piece. But I can imagine a predicament where Luffy finally, if he becomes King of the Pirates, I'm sure he probably eventually will be, I can imagine him finally getting that title and getting the respect of everyone, and then he just suddenly drops dead. I could just imagine how One Piece fans would react. They would be like, oh my god. That would be a sight to see. But right now, this is just speculation. I'm not saying Luffy is going to die. I'm just saying there's a possibility that he will die in a future episode or manga chapter. Now, this is far down the line in One Piece. I'm talking years ahead of what I'm talking about right now. Because right now, it is a 25th anniversary of One Piece, and it is said that One Piece is literally halfway through of how long it should be, so it's down the line of being like 400 to 500 more episodes. So you can enjoy Luffy in all his stupidness and glory for 500 more episodes. Then you can start worrying and watching out for major injury. But let's talk about the possibility if Luffy dies midway in the anime, which it's not a possibility. It's like there's like a 3% chance of Luffy dying in the middle of the anime as of right now. But I would think that Zoro would be the one to take over, because let's face it, Zoro is one of the strongest fighter of the Straw Hats, if not as strong as Luffy. So I do think he's good captain material, because when Luffy just acts stupid in hardcore situations, he's always the one to put him back in place and tell him what's up and tell him what to do. So I do think Zoro would be the one to take over, and I don't mind. Zoro is a boss. Zoro, believe it or not, is my favorite character in One Piece. I do like him more than Luffy. Luffy just gets to me sometimes with all his stupidness and unawareness. Like, this dude will take 10 episodes to find the person he needs to beat up. Like, come on.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But if Zoro does become the captain, I think the story would take a huge different route. No. Other than Zoro, what if Usopp becomes the captain of the Straw Hats? Because technically he was named vice captain of the Straw Hats when they first started, because he was like, I am the captain. Luffy's like, no you're not. Then he's like, I am the vice captain. If you guys remember that not first episode, but like during the early stages of the building up of One Piece. I don't see it being Sanji. Sanji doesn't seem like he's motivated to be captain, and I doubt he would be a good leader. I mean, he just seems like a cool, relaxed guy. Well, when it comes to perverted stuff, he's not relaxed at all. I mean, he's passed out from bleeding noses and shit. But the two main contenders who would be captain of the Straw Hats would either be Usopp or Zoro. I'm more likely sticking to the side of Zoro being the captain, because Usopp, let's face it, he's probably the weakest of the Straw Hats, and when it comes to fighting main enemies, like especially the warlords and stuff, Usopp would stand a chance. But you never know, he could eat a devil fruit for all we know in the future. You never know what Oda has in mind, because I just wanted to mention and talk about how he has been hinting at Luffy dying. He's been hinting at Luffy's lifespan shortening and shortening. If this continues, a lot of people are gonna notice how Luffy is still going on living at this time. So he's eventually gonna make a life-changing decision in the One Piece manga, and it's gonna be big. People are gonna react in a big way, and I'm thinking it's gonna be bad because people love Luffy so much, and yeah, but don't worry, you can wait more than a year, no, more than 2 years actually, for that to happen, because we're hundreds of episodes away from the possibility of Luffy dying, so don't worry about it at all. I mean, I doubt Luffy is gonna die anyway, because he is the main character that everybody follows. But that's just what I wanted to discuss. Let me know in the comment section, who would you want to see be captain if Luffy dies? Zoro or Usopp? For all we know, it could be one of the females. But if you enjoyed the video, people, give a thumbs up to this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're a new viewer to this channel. Peace.
My cellar's hella hard to get around. Single, we should test it out. Emotions gotta let it out. Always arguing about how my head up in the clouds, and you got me blowing loud to run away from these problems. You always cause a racket, not talking any erotic. Music my first love, and I'll never put it second. No, that's not even a question. Headed in the right direction, and I think you slow me down. I need to get out this town.
Baby, can we settle down?
Hell nah, you for real?